I'm here to present to you in 10 minutes a project that we have started quite recently and that we hope to launch in 2018 to push it further in 2018. This project applies text mining and semantic algorithm to the specific field of grant evaluation for research. Okay, I will explain what it is in a few slides for those who don't know. And I will try to stick to time because I have a plane to catch at 5:30. And I call the other member of the panel to do the same. Thank you. It's a joke. But you got that. Never say when you do a joke. I work for the Joint Research Center, which some of you know. We mentioned it this morning. The Joint Research Center is one of the Directorate General of the European Commission, and our mission is to provide scientific knowledge to our colleagues, policymakers in other Directorates General. We do this throughout the whole policy cycle and across policy fields, so we help our colleagues to design, implement, and monitor the policies they are putting in place. You have some examples of the activities or the domains in which we are active. You can see that, or it's okay, you see the other one. In particular, I work for one of the competence centers that my colleague Peter mentioned this morning. It's this new structure that the JRC launched recently. The competence center I work for is on text mining and analysis. It was launched in December last year, so it's recent. And it aims at providing policymakers with IT tools to facilitate their daily work with data. I listed some of our main competences on the slide. You can see them. I don't want to detail what we do. I want to insist on one specificities we have, which is the fact that we really do product development. So we don't just talk about what we want to do or what we aim to do. We actually develop robust, strong tools that can be used by the users in their environment and for their needs. And to illustrate this, I just want to show you three tools. Which one is the first one? This one. I'd like to start with a product that is called EMM, that some of you may know. EMM stands for Europe Media Monitor. It's a media monitoring tool. It scans more than 8,000 web sources, online information websites every 10 minutes in 70 languages. All automatically. It then digests the information, enrich it, and present it to the user according to some specificities or filtering he has put in place. This is a product that comes in a variety of versions and products. There is even an app for iPhone and for Android, so I encourage you all to download it for free. It's not always that you have stuff for free. So download it on the App Store, on the Android Store, and play with it and let us know what you think. The second tool I just want to briefly mention is called OSINT. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence. This is a product that is a desktop application. It extracts knowledge from unstructured text from both online sources and local sources that you can plug into the system. It is used by more than 45 law enforcement agencies in Europe today, of which the one we all know is Europol. The last example I want to introduce to you is TIM. TIM stands for Tools for Innovation Monitoring. It's written there. This software works on structured data sets, and it's a visualization software. So we basically can, with this tool, visualize a lot of different data sets. We have a focus today on innovation and technological development. We launched the product last December. We already have some significant numbers of users in the Commission, and we are developing specific tools for agencies like, for example, the European Defence Agency. So you understood, we like to develop tools, and we would like to develop a new one, which would be a semantic tool aiming at supporting research funding agencies in their daily work. Funding agencies, like many of our institutions, so many of us, are confronted every day with the various challenges related to data. And in particular, there is one issue we would like to address in particular. It's the issue of duplication of research grants. So it's when an agency pays a research that has already been performed or paid by another agency somewhere else, in another country or in the same country. This issue of duplication of research grants is related to the high fragmentation of funding mechanism we have for research in Europe. It is extremely difficult also for funding agencies to maintain a historical knowledge of the grants they fund in their funding mechanism they operate. It is almost impossible for them to detect scientific overlap between incoming applications for funding and grants that have already been, a project that have been funded in the past. It's impossible for them to compare the application that is coming in to grants that have been funded in other member states or at EU level or even in funding mechanisms in their own country, but which is run by another ministry or another department. So is it just a theoretical issue or is it a real issue? It is actually a real issue. First of all, we receive some requests from funding agencies, so they must know that it is a problem for them. Then duplication of research grant is documented. There were some studies made in the US showing that it is a real phenomenon, it's happening, and it should be tackled because it's wasting public money. There are no similar studies in Europe, unless, at least I'm not aware of. Maybe some of you may inform me on this, but there are no such studies in Europe. Maybe because you are afraid of the answer, I don't know. But we have a very, very fragmented landscape when it comes to funding research, which of course make us believe that there is indeed an issue. And we are also lagging a bit behind when it comes to transparency of grant data in EU compared to the US. So all this converge to convince us that there is indeed an issue. What could be the GRC contribution? Well, we already started, but we want to push the project further. We want to develop a semantic similarity platform or tool to help funding agencies tackle these issues. Our tool would give evaluators the means to compare incoming applications for research funding to a corpus of grants that have already been funded in the past, and other relevant documents like, for example, scientific publications. We will do this of course, with the goal to decrease duplication of research funding, but we would also give access to the applicants themselves to some part of the tools, so they could themselves actually verify if the research they want to submit is actually original or has already been done 5 years ago or 10 years ago. The goal there is to increase the quality, also the originality of the applications that are entering into funding agencies. We also would like to give access to private funding entities for the same reason, so they can assess better projects they are funding, research projects. And then finally, all our projects will also support the discussions between the Commission and funding agencies on data standards. And there, of course, we would team up with some colleagues in DIGIT and in DG Research and Innovation. And this might be useful in view of the future FP9 that will come in 3 years from now. Very schematically, 5 minutes, thanks. Very briefly, this is a workflow of how it could work. It's not an IT architecture, it's just a workflow to show you what we have in mind. An application would come in, it would get translated into English, then compared vis-à-vis or compared with the data set containing all the grants funded in the past. And the system would deliver to experts who are evaluating the proposals 2 things. The first one would be a list of all the documents that are semantically similar with a coefficient of similarity. And second thing would be an alarm whenever one of these documents has the same applicants or one of the applicants in the document is the same as the applicant in the incoming proposals. The system would tell the evaluator, watch out, not only is there semantic similarity, but the people who are submitting the project are the same. So this should raise an alarm bell for the evaluator. This, of course, we know will not work if we don't get the data from the member states. Okay, so it's something we are very aware of, and we know it's going to be the real challenge of the project. From the technical point of view, there is no real challenge for us. We already did some testing, and it is working on my machine. You know, So all the graphs you see there are tests that we made to see if indeed this semantic comparison concept could be applied to grants. The examples there are from Hungarian grants translated in English, then compared to English grants from the Commission. It delivers good results. Now, of course, all this has to be fine-tuned, and we need to engineer the tool so it can be useful for the evaluators in their own context, in their own IT environment. And this is what we aim to do. So what is next for us? Well, we started to work on this project. You saw we have already some pilot testing made. We want to push this further next year by submitting a proposal to ISA Square. We already have two funding agencies on board, one from Spain, actually in Madrid, and one from Hungary. And we are looking for one or two additional funding agencies from different member states to join the project. Their role will be to define the user requirements and to evaluate the pilot that we would realize in 2018. In 2018, this proof of concept will end with a go-no-go decision. If we evaluate with the users, with Digit, with other experts that it is worthwhile to go on, we will go then for full deployment in 2019 and 2020, just before FP9 comes in. That's the vision. So that's it. I think I was in time. I thank you very much for your attention, as I have to run for my plane after. If some of you have questions, maybe you won't be able to ask them to me, but I put on the slide that disappeared my contact details and also some links that you can check to verify or to have a look at all these tools that I presented to you. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the questions during the panel after. Thank you.